Good morning and welcome to Tiskre, another glorious day here in Estonia. And this morning we have Tallinn United versus Tallinn Riders in an Eesti Premium Liiga T20 match. United batting first and the Riders to bowl. Unfortunately, the women's fixtures over on Ground 2 had to be postponed for this weekend. So just the two games on Ground 1 today. This afternoon we have the Strikers against the Hippos. Should be some good games today. Wind has picked up a little bit out here at Tiskre. It's generally a pretty windy place. We've had some very still weekends so far this year, but this is a bit more like normal Tiskre. So we could see the ball swinging around a bit today and hopefully not too many wides. But it can be a bit difficult. So it looks like Nand to face and Archit is joining him, and it will be Tanvir to open the bowling. And first ball is down leg. It's a big appeal, and umpires are conferring, but he's given it not out. And he's given it out. Not sure I like that. But Owen at square leg must have been sure that he hit it. And then didn't seem to have any arguments as he walks off. So, first ball, we get a wicket. Looked for all money like it was going to be a wide. Must have just tickled it down the leg side. Now we have Mohammed Hamza coming out at number 3. So, big wicket there for the Riders. Can they cause an upset today? So, second ball. In comes Tanvir. Full on the stumps and just defended onto the leg side. No run. Another dot. And again to Hamza. It's outside off, and he's just played that to the man on the circle, and they get a run. Full on the stumps and played to the man at short mid wicket, and another dot. So a very good start here from Tanvir and the Riders. Full and defended, drop down, and they run through for a quick single. So 2 runs from the first over and 1 wicket for Riders. Probably not what most people would have predicted. Let's see if they can keep it going. Ronnie in for the first ball of the second over. Drop down on the offside for a single, and we are joined by Terry O'Connor.
Morning, Dave.
Morning, Terry.
Riders off to an excellent start here. United needing to get their innings going.
It's quite a bit windier today than it has been, so it might be slightly difficult bowling conditions today, but they've certainly started well. Right on the spot. Yeah. Only one that looked like a wide was the first ball, and he managed to tickle it down the leg side and get out, so a very good start. Ronnie in again. Big swing and straight to the man at short mid-wicket. I like this fielding position in short mid-wicket here. Mm-hmm. They've been a bit on the circle, shall we say, in their power play so far, and whilst everyone else is, at least they've got that one guy in short, maybe a slightly short cover as well. Oh, big swing. Doesn't get any of it.
Yeah, Mohammed is really struggling to get any runs off of Ronnie. He's bowling a really good line and length here. He's not being troubled by the wind at all. Bowling to his field, as you said, the slightly short cover mirroring the mid-wicket is keeping things very tight.
Another miss. I think the wind's probably pushing that slightly away from Hamza, but he needs to make the adjustment. It's 4 in a row. Can Ronnie finish off as they bring a slip in?
Yeah, you would when you've beaten the outside edge a couple of times in the over.
Short, wide, and that's going to be called a wide.
Yeah, he's bowled that one to the slip. Don't adjust your line when you bring in the fielder. Keep it where it was. Make the batter edge it to the slip rather than you bowl it to him.
Finally, bat on ball through the field, and that'll be for lovely shot. And just a bit more width there from Ronnie, and he's really made him pay.
Yeah, lovely shot from Mohammed Hamza. Picked that one up well and got the just reward.
He burst onto the indoor scene this year, taking a lot of wickets in his first couple of games in Estonia. But he did look like he could definitely hold the bat as well. So he'll be looking for a score today with Bruce missing. Scored 87 runs last week. So someone needs to step up and cover that. And Hamza will be looking to be the man to do it.
It's a nice ball from Tanvir. Saw him bowl 2 weeks ago, I think it was. And he was probably the pick of the bowlers for the Riders in a match where they were beaten quite resoundly. This time, batter has pierced the offside field. And they'll pick up 2 runs.
So I think Archit played for Riders last year, so he'll be looking to get some runs against his old team. And that's hit him on the thigh, stifled appeal, but...
Yeah, when it first looked like it was strung on the leg side, I thought, oh, here we go, the batter's going to put this away, but it really came up on him, much higher than what he was expecting. So in the end, a very good ball from Tanvir.
Message from Kev in the chat. He's,
slashed away. There's straight to the fielder, though, at cow corner.
Nice shot, though. Kev just joined the stream. Is that a wicket with the first ball? First balls are usually wides. Well, they can't all be wides, Kev, and apparently when they're not wides, they're wickets.
But first ball's still W's.
And to be honest, if he hadn't got a tickle on it, it would have been a wide. So he set it up for a wide. It's just the batter managed to get the bat on it. As Hamza just drops that down to mid-off for a single.
Slow one there from Tanvir.
Yeah, he got me out with that a few weeks ago. Trying to hoik him to across the road and completely missed it. Defended onto the onside. A good, quick single. And that is the end of the third over. 13 for 1. Run rate in the 4s at the moment, but just starting to trickle along now.
Yeah, the 2 batters are starting to build a little bit of a partnership. Get this innings back on the right track for United. They now look like they've played themselves in, able to score off most of the deliveries from that over.
Well, let's see the Ronnie versus Hamza battle continue here. Beaten 4 times outside the off stump, but then a nice 4 to finish the last over. Let's see if Hamza can continue the boundaries. Full, straight.
And scurry Frith for 1.
Good bowling from Ronnie. Sometimes can be a little bit erratic, but he's been quite consistent so far today. Another one outside off and just played out to the ring for a single.
Also noticed that since that 4 off the last ball of Ronnie's previous over...
No slip?
Well, it wasn't the no slip that I was going to actually mention. It's the cover fielder has gone back
to the circle, yeah.
Yeah. I think he should come up.
Definitely. He's not going to stop that 4 anyway, so...
No, but if he was in, that wouldn't be 1.
He'd stop that single, yep.
Yeah. And what they should do is bring him in a bit and the mid-off come a little squarer.
Mm-hmm.
Only needs to be a couple of paces, but then he'll be able to be protecting that area of where he scored the runs.
Cut. And, it's
He got
misfielded on the circle, but he got something on it, so they'll just get one. The other thing is he hit that shot so well that unless the fielder was exactly where the ball went, he wouldn't stop it anyway.
Yeah, I think he's done extremely well to get something on it and save the boundary.
So they're bringing another fielder across to the offside now, really stacking that offside field. Ronnie needs to keep the ball outside off stump here. He's done well so far. Can he keep the accuracy going? And as soon as they bring him in over to the off, he starts to bowl on leg stump. And one run. So it was almost inevitable.
They've just driven straight as on the onside. There's a man backward of square. There is a man who's on the ring between square leg and mid wicket, and then essentially
a drop and run. It's a point there. And that is the end of 4. So 20 for 1. Run rate hitting 5, so rising. And scoring off every ball that over.
Yeah, the two batters are doing a good job of showing of how you can still get the run rate going up without hitting boundaries. 5 singles and a 2, resulting in a 7-run over, which is well above their run rate, and getting them into a good position where at the end of the previous over, the projected score was 87.
Good running from these two. Very active, getting through for those quick singles.
Tanvir in again from the Kiev end. Straight. Sliced away. The gully fielder has it come straight to him, but falling short. I think the real issue for the riders here is their first change. Who they bring on for either Tanvir or Ronnie.
Just dropped and run. Again, they need that man in close on that offside to stop that. They've got his cover's not on the circle, but he's also not really coming in at all. He's now.
And so is the point.
Through his legs, but got something on it, and they will come back for 2 comfortably in the end.
Dreadful throw. Throwing from the circle and having to 2 bounces to get to the stumps. So the United pair continuing their score off every ball.
All good, nice and full. But again, it's just hit and run. He would have been out with a direct hit. He did hit that straight to the fielder and he gave up. Wasn't even trying to get in. He knew.
The throw looked very close.
That was a good throw, much better than the other one.
Yeah, indeed. And he only really had one stump to aim at. Nicely played off the legs. We should get 2 here.
Good throw in, but gets back.
Hamza didn't want the second. Archit demanded it, and he was right to do so, as even with the massive pause between the runs, they still got through comfortably.
Yeah, good running. 28 off 5, so run rate now 5.6, so still climbing. Will it be Ronnie or will we have a change? It looks like Ronnie's going to continue. So, last over of the power play. Try to contain as much as they can. Although, to be honest, neither of these two look like they're particularly interested in playing big shots at the moment.
Well, when you're getting 7 and 8 and over from singles and doubles, there's no need to play anything risky shots. And for the fielding side, at the moment, they're feeling like, well, these two were able to score off every single ball.
Ah, that's exactly where he was bowling in the first over. Just starting on off and moving away, and Hamza yet again can't get bat on ball.
Yeah, Hamza was quite statuesque there. About the only thing really moving.
All full, but going down leg. No real appeal, except from the keeper who appeals for everything. Let's hope he doesn't have a second disciplinary hearing from the first ball. He was behaving quite childishly towards the umpires, demanding wicket be given as we get another single to the leg side. So Ronnie, first ball was good, but the next two starting to stray onto that leg stump.
Oh, shit, just reassessing his guard. It's a nice shot, but he's picked the fielder out perfectly. That short cover coming into play. Although why they've got another man standing directly behind him, I am not sure.
Yeah. You'd think he probably should be straighter. Maybe, I think the short cover's quite square.
Yeah.
Almost short point. But he's definitely in front of square, and that sort of puts him straight in the line of the pretty regulation cover behind him. Leg stump again from Ronnie, just drops it down for another single. Looks a little annoyed at himself not getting more on that.
Short cover and a cover. Unique things you get to see in Estonian cricket.
Oh, he's bowled him. He's gone for a big swipe across the line. Very uncharacteristic from the very straight bat he'd been showing up until this point. And just get an inside edge into the stumps. Disappointing.
Yeah. Both batters have done so well to avoid trying to take balls from off stump or outside, off stump over to the onside, which has only got three fielders and there's big gaps between those three as well. But finally the temptation got too much for Hamza.
But good bowling by Ronnie. He's been pretty good today with his line and length. That brings big Sahil out to the crease. And he will definitely be looking to play his shots, as always. Yep. That was the end of the power play, so wicket off the last ball. And that means Kush will take the seventh over.
So I think we've had 3 overs without a boundary. I'll be shocked if we go 3 more without one now that Sahil is out at the crease.
Well, just the one boundary in the power play, I think. So they pushed the 1s and 2s really well, though. But, yes, 30 for 1 is a lot better than 30 for 2. So losing that wicket probably puts the Riders on top, I think. Around the wicket, and, that's a big wide. Started down leg and kept going. So he's bowling into the wind, and his natural swing is going to take it from off to leg
appeal, but the umpire is not interested. The onside is a little bit more populated in the field now. There's 4 fielders, 2 of them in the deep, one at cow corner, the other at deep square leg.
Kush seems to have got the line back after that first ball, but can't help thinking he's making it hard for himself bowling around the wicket.
I feel like there's a player missing.
Sahil is counting them, seems happy.
There are 3 men on the boundary on the onside.
There you
That's
go.
why.
That's,
I have to look out 2
that's
different
a Sahil field if ever I've seen one.
windows to see them. Thanks. So there's a deep mid wicket in between the man at cow and the deep square leg, in addition to a mid on, a mid wicket.
Slashed through the offside. The fielder's coming round. I don't think he's going to get there. Oh, he does. Good stuff from Ronnie on the boundary there. Putting in the hard yards. Bowls it into the keeper.
I didn't think he was going to get there, and the reason I didn't think he was going to get there was that he started 5 metres in from the boundary. If he'd been on the boundary, it would have been a much easier chase, because he has got a lot of area to cover.
So Kush pushes down the leg side again. Not really bowling to his field. If you're going to put 3 out on the leg side, you don't want to be bowling short and wide outside off stump. So just a little bit all over the place at the moment, Kush. Needs to straighten up. That's better. Just swinging into off stump and played to short mid wicket. All full, and he's driven that over the offside, and 1 bounce 4. So, bit of a gift from Kush there.
Yep.
Full and wide and taken advantage of. So 39 after 7. Run rate pushing, just hovering around that 5.5 mark, but I'd say if Sahil stays around for much longer, it's going to be hitting the 7s and 8s pretty soon.
Yep. He said that the boundaries will start to come now that Sahil's at the crease, and it was a correct prediction.
Looks like a lock to come in from the Stockholm end. And speaking of people that got me out, he got me out last time. So, not that I keep getting out, Terry, but it's becoming a bit of a habit this year. So he will throw the ball up and ask some questions. And he's also got the quicker one that he just tries to dart in. Like that. Wide and outside off and given by Owen.
All of your dismissals have been bowled so far this season, am I right?
Yes, they certainly have, Terry. Thanks for reminding me.
Just checking.
We'll try and get you a court today. How's that?
Well, what would you prefer? Getting bowled or getting caught on the boundary?
Definitely getting caught on the boundary. Got to hit it first, though, Terry, is the problem. And, you know, it's Estonia, so you're probably better than a 50-50 chance of getting dropped on the boundary.
Well, you're playing strikers this afternoon, and their catching last week was actually very good.
It depends who they put on the boundary.
It was a significant improvement on the first game.
You're also expecting consistency, Terry, which is
I didn't say I was
not necessarily a thing we have much
I
of.
was expecting them to take it. I was just saying that last week they did very well.
That probably improves my chances, Terry, if anything. Just drop and run for one. So now we have Sahil on strike. Feel like he's going to try and target. It's not a lock, it's Ashuna. Very similar bowlers. Doesn't throw it up quite as much as a lock does.
Yeah, I think for Sahil, there's a massive gap straight. I mean, you can't even see either of the fielders on the boundary on screen. That's how wide that gap is.
Straight to the fielder on the circle, slight misfield, and they come through for one. Yeah, straight over the bowler's head definitely looks like a good shot. So last ball of the 8th over. Wide again and missed again and a dot. So 44 for 2 from 8. Still hovering around that 5.5. Don't think United will be happy with the projected score of 110.
No.
Need to start going. Kush continues. I think he's pushed a man back to long off. Still the 3 out on the leg side. Yeah, Rana's backpedaling to the boundary now, so 5 out now for Sahil. Full again. He's hit it in the air. It's bobble. Oh, he's dropped it straight to the man on the circle, and he went straight into his hands and straight out again. And that's potentially very costly.
Absolutely. Sahil is a very dangerous player.
Couldn't get much easier chance than that. Oh, he's certainly eyes lit up on that one. And he's running hard back for the 2. Good running. Looks like he's in an attacking mood.
When he's got a bat in his hand, he's always in an attacking mood.
Oh, down leg. He's just got that swing to contend with. It's always taking that ball down leg. If he gets straight with the angle he's bowling around the wicket, it's very hard to see how it could be hitting the stumps and pitching in line with them. Just drop down on the offside for a single. It's the Richard Parkin paradox. How does he get so many LBWs bowling left arm round the wicket, swinging down leg? I think you'd have to ask the umpires, Terry, wouldn't you?
Yeah. We've seen that since Sahil has come out, Archit has reversed to a support role, despite having been at the crease significantly longer and having significantly more runs.
Yeah, you would imagine if he's 40 off 50 and Sahil's still with him, they're going to have a good score though. So certainly doing the job his team needs at the moment. And he needs Sahil to get going. Another drop and run. That was off the last ball though, so he will keep the strike. 52 for 2 off 9. A little bit pedestrian at the moment from United.
But they're still scoring off almost every ball. And they did score off every ball in that over. So getting 8 and over. The run rate keeps improving with every over. And that projected score keeps climbing.
You would think they would really be looking at about 150 as a defendable total.
Absolutely. They're
Probably
heading
looking
in
at
the right,
90 off the last 10.
They're heading in the right direction to get that, though. And I would say that the anything above 130, they'll have a good chance.
Yeah, their bowling lineup was quite impressive last time out. Not sure if Murali's playing today, but he took very good, very early wickets. I think 2 in the first over. I did worry that they would struggle without Anurag this year.
He is a big loss.
I did see a Instagram reel from him this week. He's training in India and he's very excited about getting back to Estonia soon and starting playing with United again. So not sure when he's back, but I'm sure United can't wait to get him. And he looks like he's looking very fit and very excited to come back and bowl fast and score some runs. Full toss, Sahil gets onto it, and Ronnie's coming around, tries the soccer, and kicks it over the boundary for 4.
Well, he almost pulled that off.
He did.
He got the foot to it. The ball bobbled up towards his hand, but it was just out of reach. And if it had landed in his hand,
Would have been amazing.
Would have been all good. Instead, missed his hand and landed over the rope.
Probably the expected outcome.
Yeah.
So they won't want to bowl full tosses as that's over the offside. It's running away from the fielder and 4 runs. So Sahil starting to get going here.
It was a very nice shot from Sahil there.
Just lifted over the man on the circle, and the man at deep point could not get around in time.
Yeah, just guided it into the gap, didn't try to hit it with any force whatsoever.
The outfield's looking quite quick today. It's a little bit drier, a bit shorter this week, so looks like it's running very well.
Yeah, I do think there's a little bit more grasp.
Oh, he's gone across the line, and
He's
Owen
gone.
puts the finger up. I think he indicated to the umpire that he thought he hit it, but he is out. Owen just maybe noting that little bit of dissent from Sahil.
So Sahil departs after a quick fire 20.
That is the end of the 10th. Will they take a short break?
Does look like there.
Ashish Rana coming in at number 4. Well, I certainly wouldn't have picked that.
Coming in at 5.
5, sorry.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't have picked that. If it's anything above 10, I wouldn't have picked it.
So 61 for
renowned.
3 after 10 overs as the players take a short drinks break.
Not renowned for his batting, Ashish. Much more of a bowler.
Oh, captains get to do what captains want to do. There's someone I didn't think I was going to see today.
Oh, Mr. Hook.
So the players and umpires are back out on the field. Kush continuing from the Kiev end. Well played by Archit. They're looking for 2. And they'll get there fine. Hello to Bilbo. Only buggered off for a minute or 2. Although Dave's gone out to take some photographs, so you'll just be stuck with my monotone voice. As United see if they can get themselves a defendable total. Full from Kush. This time they'll only get the 1. As the long off fielder came in very quickly to field that ball. Kush straight down leg side. So Kush into Ashish. Outside off. Slaps that one past the short cover. Again, the long off fielder has to do the fielding. Two more to the total. Ash getting off the mark. Full outside off. Hits this one in exact same area as the previous ball, but it gets to the fielder much quicker, so only the 1 run this time. Another wide down the leg side. So Kush comes in once more. Much better ball. Brings a much needed dot for the Riders. It's a very important match for the Riders. They are winless so far in the competition. They'll be desperate to get a win on the board as Kush goes down the leg side again. And they will see this as a good opportunity to get their first win of the season. Straight a ball from Kush. Archer just prods it away for 1. Absolutely fine to be doing that, as it brings them 10 runs from the over. Run rate continues to climb. And a projected score, which 6 overs ago was at 87, is now at 129. So Riders suffering defeat in their first 3 games of the season. United have previously only played 2, 1 win and 1 loss. As Sana continues. Looks like Archit's going to pick up 2 runs. Although there is a stiff breeze here at Tiskre today, it is still lovely weather. Blue skies. Cannot see many clouds at all. certainly not over the cricket field. There's a couple just above the trees that are in the background of the camera shot. She slaps that one straight to mid-wicket. This time he goes very straight. Long on fielder coming around to tidy it up. Just the one run. Looks like there's going to be some rugby today as well. Everything being set up over on the rugby field. Tents going up. Players arriving. Lots of action here at Tiskre. Swing and a miss outside off from Ash. And that will complete the over. So a better one for the Riders this time. Just the 5 runs coming from it. 76 for 3 after 12 overs. So they put a little dent in the United run scoring. So we're going to see a change of bowler from the Kev end. Rishikesh replacing Kush. In fact, it is Rashidul who is going to bowl. So a late change of mind of the bowler, and he's now going to make a few changes to the field. So a lengthy delay, but that allows for me to be joined in the commentary hut by Mr. Stuart Hook.
Hello, Terry.
Morning, Stu.
Oh, what we got here, the Riders are sensing an opportunity. Are very noisy in the field.
Very lazy in the field effort there from the man in the deep, allowing them to come back for 2. There was really only one in it. He already had the ball when just as they completed the first, and because for some reason he decided not to throw it, they went, oh, well, we might as well go and get a second.
Yep. There's definitely a lot of 2s out here on this big outfield. Let's run the first one hard. Well, that's runs. No.
Archett's picked out the fielder on the boundary at deep mid-wicket, so he's just going to get the 1. That's the first real aggressive shot we've seen from Archett for quite some time. He's mostly just been pushing it around, still scoring at a good rate, and in particular playing a good supportive role when Sahil was there.
Yep. Is that Ashish out there?
It is.
Yeah.
He tries to go to the same place, and the fielder has completely misfielded and let it run through his feet for 4. So of the 2 shots we've just seen in basically the exact same spot, one of them deserved 4 and one of them did not. Mm-hmm. One of them didn't get 4 and one did.
It could be the difference between chasing 100 and chasing 130 boundaries like that. And in previous games, Riders haven't been able to chase much more than 110, so very important few overs of the game for their fielding.
That's a much better ball from Rashidul. Squaring Ash up.
So how did United bat the first 10? Did Brucey play today? Is he still injured from his...
No, he's still injured. They lost Nand first ball, caught behind. That's caught and bowled. And Ash departs for a runner ball 8. And Rashidul, I think, has hurt his hand here. He was looking like his hand was a bit sore from 2 balls previously when the throw had come in. But important thing was he was able to hold on to that one.
Very sharp caught and bowl chance.
Yep.
Let's hope he hasn't split his webbing or sort of taken the top of a fingernail off. They could be quite painful injuries.
Indeed. The new batter coming out will be Yash Patel.
It'll be interesting to see how young Yash goes today. He was had a good night last night at the work party we had. Calling his friends up in Mumbai and singing some sort of traditional Indian sing song, it seemed, with hands in the air, very loud voice. So let's hope he's calling between wickets is just as loud as his bad singing last night.
I'm not sure if he's actually played this season before today.
Okay.
So, hungover might not be the way he wants to get the season going.
Yeah, I left him at about 9:30, I think it was. He was keen to have another circle or two. I'm not sure.
And if people think that's early, the party started at 4:30.
Yes.
So, anyone confused at the idea of Stu leaving a party at 9:30? That's because he'd done some good hours already.
It's been a long couple of weeks, I can tell you.
So one more remaining in Rashidul's over. It's been a topsy-turvy over. A wicket, a 4, a dot, a 2 due to some poor fielding. He squares Yash up, who just gets the single by pushing it to mid-wicket.
Good intent there from United. I think, what would they be targeting from here, Terry? 125, 130?
Oh, they've got to get over 130. I don't think their bowling attack is as strong as it's been in the past today. So I think they have to get over 130, and they would have been looking at 150, but with the wickets falling of Ash and in particular Sahil, I would say that riders are going to have to gift them a lot of wides to allow them to get to 150. But anything over 130 I mean, will be defendable.
Yeah, they're missing Murali and Anurag today by the looks of it. I know Anurag's in India. I was with him on Wednesday. But that's 8 overs out your 20. That's a big hole to fill, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
Now, when Rana's coming on the bowl here, when he gets in the good rhythm, he's very hard to get away. There's the White's first ball.
Oh, yeah. Last week he bowled from the Kiev end, and he didn't do too badly at all. He didn't bowl that many wides from my memory. So
yeah, when he gets up and going, he's very, very much off stump. But once again, commentator's curse. Talk him up 2 wides.
At the moment, he's well outside off stump.
Yeah, about 12th stump at the moment.
Needs to get the radar back on track.
It's getting closer. Getting closer.
Only by millimetres.
Yeah. Oh, the old...
He needs to get it in by a good foot.
Yeah, the old right arm round the wicket trick after 3 wides. That's better.
Yes, just prods it away.
So who we got playing up next? Is Hippos and... Is it a double header for United today?
No, the second game today is Hippos versus Strikers.
Ooh.
Straight to the short cover. Yash was off to the races, but Archit sends him back.
So So both batters batting with the number 2. Sort of looks like. Let's wait for Yash to turn around. That's 2. And 2.
Yep. Got 2 twos. And Yash is on 2 from 2.
It's all lining up.
Oh.
Right, runner's ironed out this wide situation and he's back to his off-stump line again. Captain trying to lead from the front here. Yeah, it's a safe single.
Yep.
So where are United on the ladder here? Let's have a quick look. So we've got...
They're at 4th. They've got 1 win and 1 loss so far.
A couple games
prior to today.
go for them.
The Riders at the bottom of the table, winless so far from their 3 previous matches.
Sort of explains a bit about the 10 overs. 10 over mark. The Riders were quite loud. No Murali, no Anurag and no Bruce in the batting line up. And to have United 3 down, they sniffed. Certainly an opportunity to put the foot in, but United not give it in. They don't usually. United usually do bat pretty deep, and could be some big hitting to come.
Yeah, definitely say this is Riders' best opportunity to get their first win of the season. With United being a little under strength, and then also Riders, Ronnie and Tanvir, their opening bowlers, bowled pretty well.
Rocket
pretty tight.
Ronnie.
Kept things quite economical.
Sorry, Rob, I couldn't help myself.
So Hill says he was bat before wicket.
Bat before wicket?
So
Okay.
didn't even hit the bat.
Oh, wow.
Archit goes aerial, and it's bounced just in front of the rope for 4.
I think Yash has given him the word to pull the trigger now. We've got 6 overs left. What do they want? They want at least 60 off that 6, don't they? Take it to 150. And 150 should be enough. However, a couple quick wickets.
Yeah, there is a lot riding on Archit's shoulders at this point in time.
Yep, he's in. He's settled. He's got the lay of the land. Now it's time to capitalise. Short again. Another big hit. Straight over. Yeah, big hit. Nice one. Oh, into my car.
No,
Not quite.
Pretty much in the same area as the 4, just a couple of metres longer.
Yeah. Just sat back and waited for that one and timed it beautifully, and that went over by a fair distance.
So Archit has decided that with less than 6 overs to go, and with 6 wickets still in hand, it's time for him to go big or go home.
Okay, so just the usual mid-over coaching coming from his teammates here. Everyone likes to have a few words when the bowler gets hit for 6. It's not like bowler deliberately bowled it short. Well, not at that pace anyway.
This is the first time that in this innings that Archit has gone above 100 strike rate. I'll tell you what, if he can carry his bat through this innings, then United will definitely have that 150 very defendable score. He's gone to the same area again, hasn't got hold of it this time.
Yeah, runner's come around, picked it up on the 2 bounce. I think Yash was right for a second there for sure. Yash is full of beans. Maybe he finished the night last night with a few vodka Red Bulls and the Red Bulls still kicking in. He's looking edgy. Once again, that should be 2.
Yeah,
Runner's miles away.
Easily
from the
2.
Yeah, good one, Yash.
Well worked, just wide of the mid wicket.
13 off so far, 2 balls left. This is the over that United wanted to get himself kick-started here.
Oh.
He looked out from 110 metres away.
On a slight angle. And as we're on the offside of the batter, it makes it even worse angle for us. It's a very good shout from the bowler.
Yeah, good comeback the last couple of balls. Oh, I'm always nervy when a keeper drops a glove or a hat right next to the stumps when they go for a run that's a potential 5-run penalty. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he did his best effort. He bounced the ball in right next to the hat as well.
I'm waiting for a comment from Clyde on the stream about Yash running straight down
Yeah.
the pitch there.
The umpires have been rather lenient with that. There's a bus full of rugby players rocks up. I think NATO here today, I think.
Yep.
Awesome.
Army tent going up.
Yeah. I can see a few people in khaki.
Mm-hmm. Well, that if you can see them from 200 metres, Terry, they're not that camouflaged. So they might need to work on that for their next year's outfit.
Bit hard to be camouflaged on a cricket field and rugby field. Not much to blend in with.
English rye camouflage is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And we have some very good news regarding NATO. The NATO cricket team will be joining our men's T10 competition this year,
Oh, nice.
which will get started in August.
How many games a day would the team potentially have scheduled to play?
They'll have 2 T10 matches
Yeah.
in a day.
Always come back.
Or
Yash.
Again, this time it's Archit correctly wanting the 2 and Yash sending him back.
geez, that deep mid off from the commentary end where we are is a hard boundary to reach this season. If it wasn't for Rafaq smashing a couple, it hardly ever gets hit with the wind and the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a safe.
Yeah, that's our safe.
Edges this one bounce to the gully, but he fumbles it. Yeah, so the bench you can see on the stream, just on the right of the screen, very safe spot to sit.
Yeah,
As,
a great view, and you won't get hit.
Yeah, that's where Stu's saying. Yeah, it's pretty much possible to hit the boundary. Oh, he's hit the man, but the man can't hold the ball.
Oh God, I got nightmares of Parko last week dropping in exactly the same spot and me screaming at my laptop screen.
Yash picked out the short cover, and the short cover puts him down.
Oof, yeah.
This time Archett picking out the short point. This all of a sudden, a couple of Riders fielders have come in tight, and it's had the effect that they needed it to.
Oh, what, did he go on one leg to take that catch like a flamingo?
Well, he thought about stepping back and then decided, no, I'll try to stretch up. If he had just taken one step back...
Would have swallowed it.
Yeah.
So 2 drop catches in that over to the Riders, and considering they're struggling to chase anything over 120, they'll be a bit disappointed with that. No one means to obviously deliberately drop catches, but a couple there straight to the fielders would usually be expected to be taken.
On the other hand, they did only give up 5 runs in that over.
Yeah. Run is notoriously hard to get away when he's in the zone, unfortunately. He sort of comes in off 2 or 3 steps with his dibbly-dobblies, but his length can be really hard to pick. So projected score stepping up a bit, 136. I think it'll probably end up on more than that. Oh, another big appeal. Yash hit on the pads twice in about 5 balls. He was commentating, he was mentioning yesterday that one of his favourite players at the moment is Cameron Green. He's going to need a few sixes like Cameron Green to get the score up to 150. Oh, that's wide. Yeah.
Rishikesh just straying too far outside of off. Strays down leg this time, but Yash got a bit of bat on it. Guided it down towards that bench in front of the nets.
Siberia. Not much happens down there. It's hard to get to.
Should install a jukebox there then.
Oh, that's a very niche strategy.
That was for my audience of 2 in the box with me. That's going to be another wide from Rishikesh.
Just a couple freebies here. So well, we got 4 inside the circle still, yeah. Got Rocket Ronnie at sort of deep extra cover. It's a big hit, but didn't quite get it actually. Oh, one hand, one bounce by Rana. That's out in Australia. One hand, one bounce.
It's a great effort from Rana. He raced in off the boundary to field it and just bounced straight into his one hand. He just thrusted it out and said, "Yep, that's mine." Ooh.
How many years have you been trying to get one hand, one bounce into the Premier League?
They're coming back for 2. It's going to be close.
Well, there's
Not out. And 1 short. Umpire is calling 1 short.
Yash was nearly short at both ends.
yeah.
Looks as though it was Yash who was short on the first one at the striker's end.
Well, mixed bag this over so far. 4 for 116.
Oh,
Has to be 2 again, yeah. Run. I think they turned the 2 into a single there. I know Archett's been there for...
well, it should have actually been a
17
dot.
overs.
But
Yeah.
Rana coming in to do the fielding again.
Flying in again. I can tell you one thing. When I first played with Rana, it was a game in Poland, a friendly, 2016, about June 2016. The bugger ran me out. First time I ever met him. And I can tell you that day he didn't run that quick. So if he ran that quick on that first day, it would be no problems. We'd be best mates forever. Instead, I got sent packing on 70. Cheers, Rana.
Well, he's showing up a lot of the younger members of the Riders team today with his effort in the field.
Yeah, he's been pretty clean, must admit. Got to give him that.
So Rana is going to continue. Both Ronnie and Tanvir do still both have an over up their sleeve. So expect Rana to bowl this one and then probably Tanvir the next from this end and Ronnie with the final over.
Good old Rocket Ronnie. Ex-Tallinn Hippos, played with us in the ECS T10 when we won it. He didn't play in the actual final, but he had a pivotal role in the semi-final. I think he took 2 or 3 for 3, didn't he? Yep.
Very nice figures.
I feel he did okay there not to wear it. It's a little bit bouncy out there as the ground's getting repaired from the winter stay.
That is 50 for Archit. Well batted.
Batted Arch.
Big swing and a miss from Yash. Archit's been there since the start of this innings.
He has to see it through now. Don't really want a new batter coming in cold. Okay.
Yes, like he's struggling a little bit now. Perhaps the night before is starting to catch up with him after he's done a little bit of exercise.
Yeah. Someone running out of the vodka Red Bull for the last 2 overs. It's going to fall short again. Fielder's back. Oh, yeah, good running, good calling.
I'll tell you what, if Yash was having to run to the other end on these seconds, he'd be in a world of hurt.
Yeah, absolutely cooked. See, the deep mid on there, it's about 20 off the boundary, and it's not getting to him on the full. The wind is really playing an effect here.
Goes to the offside this time.
Oh, tippy go.
Yeah,
Wow.
just barely making it through for that quick single.
Oh, yeah, looking at Yash today, if he was a greyhound, he couldn't do the 600-metre race. You'd have to just enter him into the 297-metre race because he's fallen away pretty quickly. It's a pretty irresponsible throw-in by the fielder there. Nothing on. The keeper's having a word with him, and so he should. It's a ridiculous piece of fielding. Look after your keeper, champions.
I also think quite well played by Archit, just getting the single off the last ball so he can retain the strike. I think it's he's the one they want. He's the only one who's been scoring boundaries. Yeah, there haven't been that many of them. It's 6 4s and 1 6 for the entire innings.
Okay, that is pretty low.
Yep. Archit's got 1 4 and 1 6.
10, yeah.
Yeah, as expected. Opening bowler coming back.
All right, 126. What do we reckon? 140? 145?
I expect there to be at least one wicket falling in the next 2 overs. And
That's runs. Good shot.
1 bounce 4.
Into the generator. No, Robbo. No, missed the generator.
That's just gone racing past our commentary hut by 3 metres.
I bought enough generators last year. Jesus Christ. It's a great shot. Straight over the top of the umpire's head. Fielders had no chance of getting that. It's pretty rock hard down here. Actually, the ground itself is pretty hard. Yeah.
Oh, just out of the grasp of Tanvir. Fumble from the field is going to give them a very, very easy second. Can't be giving away gifts like that in the death overs. Especially not to help keep Archit on strike. But you can see the intent from him.
Yep, he's going to keep pushing through. He's going to outrun Yash at the moment, I think.
Dances down, hasn't got hold of this. There's a fielder who's,
Didn't even touch it.
for some reason, backing away from it.
Oh, Yash is...
He's gone.
Yeah.
So the flailing effort for the catch ends up bringing the run out. So they still ended up with the wicket.
I mean, the ball was dropped at short cover, and Yash, even though it was misfielded, it's risky running for 2 at short cover, surely.
Yeah, but I mean, at this stage with the wickets in hand, you just go for the run because if you can get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Either way, you're going to have a new. At the end of the day, it's a new batter on strike.
Who we got coming in here? Lots of new players for United. I haven't played them yet this season. Yeah. Oh, they're really new or been around forever.
Tanvir comes into the new batter. Just over the mid-wicket's head.
That'll be 2, surely. Yeah.
Reliable Rana is out there.
Who we got here? Yeah.
Bupenda.
PK? VK.
BK.
BK. Ah, BK, yes. Did we get that zinc stump fixed, Robbo?
New one's arriving on Monday.
Nice one.
Well,
There's a lot of tape on the way out.
it'll at least it'll arrive in Estonia on Monday. Wherever it actually gets to us on Monday is a complete another story.
Estonian customs love holding up our cricket stuff. They've got no idea what it is. They probably think it's a weapon. Well, it could be, I guess. You get angry at that.
Of course it's a weapon.
I think I misjudged that.
Our viewers might have seen that ball go in the air and thought, oh, that's a catching chance. Never was.
No. Just floated up over the top of cover. Okay, 1 over left.
136 for 5.
Who's coming on? The Rocket. The Rocket's suggesting to his captain by taking the hat off that it should be him. I think that's the Rocket there, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Has to be him.
Right, ball 4.
1 for 15 off his first 3 overs.
Yeah, good start, Rocket.
Tanvir ending up his spell with 1 for 25. 10 coming from his last over. There was also the run out, which should have been a catch. So should have been going to Tanvir. And I think we've got some military helicopters off to our left.
Oh, yeah, in they come.
Perhaps some of the rugby players are arriving by helicopter. Bus, jeep, van, car, and chopper.
Yeah.
BK cuts this one away. The deep point is able to cut it off. Reduce them just to 1. That's not the end of the world. That gets Archit back on strike. Yeah, 2 military helicopters now above the ground.
Gee whiz.
If I was an umpire, I'd be halting play. Because you're not going to hear any edges over that.
Exactly.
They are banking as they go past us.
And they're off.
Suppose we should watch the cricket.
Run out chance. Bowlers in. Need to be a direct hit. Bounce over the top. Don't tell me they are going to land on ground 2. That'd be amazing.
Good thing I didn't schedule a match on there today. No one told me there was going to be helicopters coming in. Archit works this one away. He'll be looking for 2, but it's not on.
Wonder how you'd key that suspension of play into Crick Heroes. Military helicopters landing on our ground. Drinks break.
Just put invasion.
Nice update on Monday for Cricket District. They won't be
Ronnie
getting that.
Comes in again, outside off. Big dot ball for the Riders. And so they've prevented United from getting 150, but it's still going to be a tough total to chase down. We should be in for a very good second innings. Another swing and a miss. Why didn't he just throw it? She wanted to get the stumping. So 2 dot balls to end. Only 4 runs coming off that last over from Ronnie. Very well bowled from him. So the Riders will be needing 140 for victory.
Tips?
I think it's my tip was that United would win. I think it's going to be very, very close. I'm just not, and I do hope for Riders it would be very good for them to get this win here. I think this is their best chance, but I just feel they're going to fall a little bit short. I don't think they've quite got 140 in them.
Robbie? Who's going to win? Yeah, I think so as well.
The only way to find out is to be tuned in 15 to 20 minutes time when the second innings resumes. We'll take a little bit of a break And the helicopters have gone. They are well in the distance, looking like something out of Apocalypse Now. But thankfully, no one is smelling napalm in the morning. So we're about to get underway with the second innings of this Eesti Premium Liiga Division 1 match between Tallinn United and Tallinn Riders. Riders are chasing 140 to win. Captain Rana is opening the batting. Joining him is Rashadul. And it will be Srikant to bowl the first ball from the Kiev end. And it's well wide down offside. They're going to get through for at least one additional. So Kev Pattenden's all spells begin with wides. Philosophy is being upheld by Srikant here. 2 wides. Start off the innings. That certainly aiding riders in their run chase. Rana had a good time out last time with the bat. Got 50. If he can do that again here today, then riders should be able to pick up a win. Much straighter ball from Srikant this time. Just blocked out by Rashadul. Rashadul just picking up the single with guide behind square. So he'll just telling Srikant where to put it. Last time out, Srikant picked up 2 for 36. That was against the strikers. He comes round the wicket, over the wicket as he's a left-hander. And the Riders pick up 1 more. Rashadul just pushing it straight. So Srikant comes in once more. Pushed back to the bowler by Rashadul. Rashadul just looks like he's trying to play himself in. He's got a good back lift on him, Rashadul, but he doesn't actually bring the bat through that quickly. So 4 runs from the first over. Riders will be needing someone who can pick up a boundary and over if they're going to be able to chase this one down. Otherwise, they'll be reliant on lots of extras from the United bowlers. Fairly defensive field from United in the power play. They do have a short cover. Well, he's more sort of between cover and mid-off. They also have the mid-off, and then a regulation cover, a point and a gully. This one's on the leg side. There's not that much protection, and the one fielder who's out there misfields it, and that goes through his hands for 4 runs. The man backward at square was the only fielder outside the ring, and it's basically just gone straight to him. There is another fielder at square leg, and then a mid-wicket and a mid-on. I can't call him the man back in the deep a fine leg. He's way too square to be a fine leg. So, Nand comes in from the Stockholm end. Pushed into the covers by Rana. Very hard to pierce that packed cover field. As long as Nand keeps it outside off stump, he should be able to restrict the run scoring from the Riders' batters due to the field they've got here. It's a little wide, and it is called by the umpire. Absolutely essential that the United bowlers can limit the number of wides they give away. Otherwise, they'll make the job much easier for the Riders. Little too straight this time. Ryder turns it around just backward of square, and that fielder outside the circle backward of square this time fields it cleanly and just restricts them to the 1 run. Riders really need to be trying to get at least 8 and over in the power play here, so they can try to get the required run rate under 6. Bit of a mix-up in the calling, they'll be okay. And in once more. Big appeal. That will be the end of the second over. 10 runs on the board for the Riders. But they will want to pick up the pace, because if they're not able to be getting above 7 and over in this power play, they'll end up with a required run rate of over 8, heading towards 9 by the end of the power play, and that will put a lot of pressure on them. So Srikant to continue from the Kiev end. Comes in now to Rashidul. Full, pushed back to the bowler. No run. United really tightened the field up even further this time. Srikant beats the bat outside of off stump. Mid-wicket has come in shorter. You can see that fielder on your screen. And There is the short cover as well. This time they'll just pick up a single to mid-off. Always like to see a mid-wicket and a short cover up in the batters' faces, letting them know they're there, letting them know that they've got to hit it past them, around them, over them. This one's on the legs. I think it's just hit the pad. We'll see if we'll get a leg by signal from the umpire. And we do. Srikant into Rashidul. And he's bowled him. Rashidul trying to hit that one back over the bowler's head, but he's failed to find any connection whatsoever. And instead brings his innings to an end. 1 run from just the 10 deliveries. Not the type of innings that the Riders wanted up at the opening of their run chase. But United have the breakthrough. Got their first wicket. They'll be very happy indeed. New batter in is Anand. So here comes Srikant. It's caught and bowled. Srikant's got 2 and 2. He's on a hat trick and Anand departs. Things going from bad to worse for the Riders here. 140, which looked to be possibly a tough chase, is now becoming very difficult indeed. New batter will be Chargel. Srikant will have to attempt to get his hat trick with the first ball of his next over, as it is Nan from the Stockholm end now. 2 for 12 after 3. Not what the Riders were wanting. This one's on the legs. Rashidul turns it around the corner nicely. And that is 4 runs. Much needed boundary for the Riders. The fielder who was at deep backward of square had actually gone around to being significantly squarer, so was unable to cut that one off. Rashidul picking up the 4 runs. And goes back to the offside, the line he's supposed to be bowling. And in again. Big appeal. Looked like it was quite high. The umpire just shakes his head. Nandin from the Stockholm end. Play and a miss there from Rashidul. He's not looking very comfortable with anything outside of off. As long as Nand puts it there, I think it's going to be dot balls all day. Shadul picking up 2 more. Nandin again outside off stump. Rashidul pulling out of the shot. 6 runs from the over, 18 for 2 after 4. That's fairly tough going for the Riders at this point in time, although it was fairly tough going for United at the same stage in the first innings. They were able to consolidate and get the run rate moving in the right direction as the game progressed. So Srikant on a hat-trick. Full big appeal. He's given. He's got the hat trick. Tajul departs for a golden duck to be the 3rd victim in Srikant's hat trick. And that's got to have put United into a primary position here in this match. Well done, Srikant. Fantastic effort. And the Riders' run chase is in disarray now. 18 for 3. And 2 of those 3 going for golden ducks, and the other one, Rana going for 7 from 9 deliveries. So a bowled, a caught and bowled, and an LBW for his hat-trick. Srikant is on fire. New batter having to face him is Chandru. It's full on the legs. He has no other appeal. I think the way his day's going, Srikant's just going to appeal every ball from now on. Picking up that many wickets. Can Chandru be the one to put up some resistance to Srikant? This is wide down leg side. Srikant's previous best bowling figures were 2 for 15. Full driven, beats the short cover, but it's not going to get too much further than a couple of metres outside the ring. This is Srikant's 12th match in Estonian cricket, and he picked up 11 wickets from his previous 11 matches. And it's given wide down the leg. Keeper is a little bit more excited about it than anyone else. Srikant coming in once more. Full. Just fended away by Rashidul. Picks up the one. Srikant coming in from the Kiev end. Full outside of off. Goes straight to the gully fielder. Bit of a mix-up between the batters. Chandru wanted one. Rashidul was sending him back. Rashidul, it was his call. He also had as he had the view, could see that it was straight to the fielder and that there was no possibility for a run at all. Yorker from Srikant, well kept out by Chandru, and that brings to a close the 5th over. Srikant's third, and he has 3 for 9 from those 3 overs. A hat trick. It did go across 2 overs, but it's still 3 wickets and 3 balls. That's a fantastic effort. And got them all very much with his own sweat. A bowled, a caught and bowled, and an LBW. Very much the trifecta. So Nand will continue from the Stockholm end. Rashidul on strike. This one looks like it's come off the pad. And yes, the umpire signals leg by. Another optimistic appeal from the United keeper. Umpire signals wide. Chandru just turns it round the corner, backward of square. Fielder in the deep there will restrict it to 1 run. The right innings is really failing to get going at this point in time. They need boundaries, and they need them with regularity. Rashidul's trying to send that one to the boundary, but he doesn't get hold of it at all. Straight through to the keeper. Now under Rashidul. This is down leg side. Rashidul attempted to dispatch it, and again he's failed to get bat on ball, but his side does get a wide. Dave Robson has returned as Nan comes in again. And Rashidul will pick up one run. Oh, fielder slips over. There was nothing going on. He's just trying to pick up the ball and just loses his footing. Bites the dust. Dave's just been off to have some lunch ahead of his match for the Hippos this afternoon. He missed the hat trick. Another swing and a miss, this time from Chandru. The rider's really struggling here.
Well, he must have improved from the first ball.
Well,
only saw a wide and then a left.
He changed it over the wicket.
Always a smart idea.
That greatly improved everything. And puts pressure on Chandru again. And it was a real bowler's hat trick. The first one was bowled. The second one was caught and bowled. And the third one was LBW.
Oh, that's a brave decision for a hat trick. Let me guess, the batsman wasn't impressed.
No. And it was the first two with the last two balls of one over and then the first ball of the next over. From the distance we are and from the angle we were on, what I could see was the ball definitely pitched in line. The impact was definitely in line. So I can see why it was given out. I can't see. I didn't see anything to suggest why it wouldn't have been given out. But again,
I'm sure you'll get an email on Monday, Terry.
It wasn't like previous ones where you're pretty sure you can see bat in it or things like that. So after getting his hat trick, Srikant's been taken off, and Sahil will come on from the Kiev end. Puts one in short. Rashidul cuts it away, and he'll pick up two.
So I have a question regarding the uniform for United. Quite a few of their players are wearing vests over their shirts with no numbers on them.
Mm-hmm. Short again from Sahil. Beats the batter this time.
I'm assuming this is not something we want to encourage.
No. They'll need to get numbers on their vests as well.
Well, they had the situation when Yash came to bat. Both batters had number 2 because he had a vest with number 2 on it. So they've got numbers on some of them.
Yep. The vests are very fetching. We've got some players who have got a long sleeve undershirt, then the shirt, then the vest, including the bowler.
I thought it was nice and warm today. I must be wrong. Nan's wearing a beanie.
Yeah.
Good running.
Big appeal. Two more much needed runs for riders.
I'll be honest, Terry. I don't see them getting there.
No.
3 wickets in the power play usually means you lose T20 games, and they were probably the underdogs to start with.
Yeah, they also not just losing 3 wickets, but also not getting many runs at all. The run rate.
If Rana was still out there, you'd give him a chance, but I think he's the one really... Oh, wow. Some amazing football there from the cover fielder, who clearly is less worried about a broken foot than a broken hand. Knee height, just stuck his foot out there.
Okay. Guided away, they'll just get the one.
Not sure who number 6 is for United, but promising football career, I think.
We also haven't seen Kush from the Riders. You and I were speaking off camera. I think that for them to have a chance, we'd expect him to be in the top 4 batters. Well, we've seen 5 batters, and Kush hasn't been any of them.
Kush to me is a bit like Shaki for the Vikings. He's not got the greatest batting technique, but he is someone who can hit the ball over the top cleanly in the power play. And if you lose him after that, he's done his job. Shaki comes out and does it every week for the Vikings. I think the Riders really need to have a think about that one, because other than Rana, he's probably the only other person in their team you think could reliably hit the ball over the top.
Yeah, I was thinking that at the start of the Riders' innings, what they really needed, as Ash has come on to bowl from the Stockholm end, was they needed one batter to come out at the start of the innings purely with the job of just flailing the bat and seeing what they get. Because if they were able to get 8s and 9s and over in the power play,
suddenly it becomes a lot easier chase, doesn't it?
Yeah. It becomes less than a run of ball for the rest of the innings. And then all you've got to do is push it around. Whereas all they've done is push it around in the power play and lose wickets, and now the required run rate keeps climbing. And now they have to hit a boundary and over.
Can't see it myself. Ash, very experienced player. Not coming off the long run up this year, just coming off a few steps and trying to put the ball in the right space. Of course, I've put the commentator's curse on him and he immediately bowls it wide. But in previous years, he had a very long run up, and he's clearly decided that slowing it down a little bit to try and get a bit more control is the way he's going to go this year, and I think it's worked for him so far.
Yeah, producing dot balls for his side, which makes their opposition's task so much more difficult.
Ooh. It's a bit like Ronnie earlier. Just getting that 4th or 5th stump line, and that is not being able to deal with it.
Yeah, and it sort of skids through. It comes through a little quicker than what they expect.
Oh, there's some walking across the line and trying to flick it to the leg side. Must have got an inside edge on it.
Just 2 runs from the over, 1 single and 1 wide. Now it's looking, can Riders even get to 50 by the end of the 10 overs? I wouldn't be backing him.
Well, Chandru 5 off 14, really struggling. Rashidul 14 off 23, also struggling. So Hill, I think, continuing.
Yeah, you would normally expect the strong wind would be playing havoc with the bowlers, but it seems to be the batters who are struggling instead.
Full outside off, he's had a big swing. It's top edged it over the man on the circle, and they come back for 2. So they're certainly swinging hard. Wind really picking up here. You can see the camera shaking. Did ask Trav if we could put a brace up there, but hasn't happened yet. Oh, there's a shot. That is all the way for 6 and into a car. Unlucky car. Just hit the wheel. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, bit leg side there from Sahil. Juicy half volley, and Rashidul got all of that.
Much needed boundary for the Riders.
Short, pulled away.
They're going to get 4.
Coming round, but he won't get there.
Rashidul's decided enough is enough.
Well, I think that 50's...
yeah, and maybe he must have heard me.
Yeah.
Right, I'll show you. I can get 14 runs.
He's going to come up in the 9th over, not the 10th. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So, 49 for 3. Ooh, just pushed across him with the angle there for a dot. Looks like he wanted a wide, but didn't get it. And nope, they're going to not get the 50 in the 9th over. 49 for 3. Chandru's still really struggling. Rashidul looks like he's going to play some shots.
Yep, he's gotten his eye in. It's only taking him about 8 overs.
I think Chandru is edging towards his 1,000 runs in Estonian cricket. He's in the high 900s, so if he sticks around for a while here, he may get that milestone today.
So Ash to continue after he's very tight over previously. Rashidul just pushes it back to him.
So we had a few milestones last week. Tim Heath hitting his 2,000th T20 run in Estonia.
They take on the short point, and the short point fumbles it to make it a very easy single in the end.
And Richard Parkin picked up his 50th Estonian wicket. A man who's usually right in the thick of the wickets whenever the Hippos are playing. We haven't identified any payments he's made to the umpires as of yet, but he certainly gets some interesting decisions, bowling his left arm around the wicket in swingers. But he certainly hits the stumps a lot as well, so you could say that perhaps is swaying the umpires making those decisions.
It's another fumble, this time from the square leg.
Fielding has not been spectacular today. Although Rana was certainly setting the standard out there for the Riders.
Yep. So they've just sent man deeper on the offside. I think they wanted to give Chandru a single.
He's worked.
going to get it, but by playing straighter rather than square, Ash definitely identified that he wants Chandru to get as much of the stroke as possible, as that will deliver lots and lots of dot balls. End of the 10th over. Players are having a drinks break. 3 for 51. And certainly suggests that United are in the driving seat at this juncture of the game. Sahil is going to continue from the Kiev end. Here the resumption of play. Chandru on strike. You would expect that the Riders captain Rana would have said to Chandru at the drinks break, hit it or get out. And he's definitely hit that one.
Well, that might beat the fielder. He's coming around.
I don't think so. Oh, the fielder's made a meal of it. He's pulled it back just inside the rope, but there's got to be a question of whether he was touching the rope when he did so.
Did they run 3?
The umpire's not very much interested. They have run 3, yeah. So Chandru triples his score in one ball.
If I was United, I wouldn't be trying to get him out. he's had clearly objected to the 3 runs and nearly came off, so he had to replace it on his leg. Oh, that's a big swing. Didn't get any of it, but I think it would have gone a long way if he did.
Yeah, Rashidul's really struggled with anything outside of off this entire innings.
Definitely showing his intent here is to chase this turtle down as quickly as he can. And another one. That angle across him just doesn't seem to be able to lay any bat on the ball.
Oh, he's got this one.
It's up. Fielder's coming in.
He gives up on it. I think he had time to get underneath that, but he chose to just be defensive. I suppose it also, the single just gets Chandru back on strike.
I think they got back for 2.
They did get 2, and 2. It was well run.
Good cricket. Required run rate hits 9. And I think we have an injury. Maybe the 2 wasn't a good idea. It seems like he's got some trouble with his hamstring.
Run too far. He's down on the ground.
Cramps. And we've got a shoelace repair at the bowler's end. It's all going on, Terry.
United fielders are doctoring to the Riders' batters. Good to see.
I'm not sure if he's cramping up with 9 overs to go. He's going to make it to the end, Terry. Unless they've got a bit of pickle juice there for him. Is he going to continue? Looks like he is.
Yep.
Maybe cut out the 2s for a while. He's back on his feet and bouncing around.
Yeah, just hit boundaries. You'll be fine. You'll save your leg, and you'll also win the game for your guest team.
And
he's gone.
Good catch there from Yash. Low down to his right, on the move, and United take another one.
Rashidul departs, slicing it to gully. Now he can get some proper attention to his leg.
Will we see Kush? So I had a bit of a chat to Bruce this morning, Terry, about his injury last week and whether he was playing today and a few other things. Now, he suggested that the ICC and you have a vendetta against him scoring runs because the one time he's batted this year with a helmet, he didn't score any runs. So he decided not to wear one, and he's scored runs ever since.
And he's also ended up with a ball to the face.
Some stitches in his chin, but with the ICC regulations coming in very shortly, they'll all have to wear helmets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nearly another one. And they've taken a single, and they've got there. That was just in front of Yash there, so he's in the game.
Indeed. My response to Bruce would be the ICC is not aware you exist.
Well, you never know.
They don't write these regulations for you.
You never know. They could have seen our stream last week and thought, geez, we're well vindicated with our rule changes.
Yeah.
We'll save some teeth in Estonia. Put the dentists out of business.
Yeah.
A few less ambulances every week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yes, there will be a few that it's a little bit of a change for people that aren't used to wearing the helmets. But Bruce said he's always worn a helmet, and it's just this year he, for some reason, thought he'd try not wearing one and got some runs. But he's certainly worn helmets previously, so it won't be a big change for him. Only change will be the lack of ambulance, so it's probably a good thing. Ash still keeping it nice and tight. Only 4 runs off his 2 overs.
Tanvir is the new batter. Just wide of the short point.
Almost got his hand to it.
Yeah.
And they'll come back for 3. So that couple of half chances in the last couple of balls.
Well,
they're probably going to have to live dangerously, though, the Riders, if they have any chance of getting here. And
last over they ran a 3 off the first ball, and by the end of the over, Rashidul was in the dugout.
Oh, big swing at that one, but in between the stumps and his legs, and no bat involved.
Yeah, he's giving himself too much room.
So Chandra is still really struggling to score 9 off 22. And United will be very happy to keep him on strike as much as they can. Ash in again. Another big swing. Oh, it's straight to the man at short cover. Oh, and he's broken the stumps before the throw came in. Not sure if it would have been a chance, but it was a bit of a risky single there. It went straight to the man at short cover. He bobbled it up a little bit, but I don't think there was ever a run in that. But they get away with it.
There's the type of risks that the Riders need to take at this juncture in the game.
And
he's found the gap there.
So will they come back for 2?
No. They needed to go straight away to have any chance. The moment they had some hesitation, that was not going to be possible. So Ash with the final ball of his 3rd over. This one gets driven just past his outstretched arm and pick up the 1 run. So Ash with none for 10 from 3 overs. He's bowled 11 dot balls. He's making life very difficult for the Riders' batters.
Yeah, you'd say without Ash's 3 overs, they'd be probably another, 10 or 15 runs. Not looking as dire as it does. Still only 9.6 required.
Yeah, there's
doable.
It's been good economy rates from most of the United bowlers. Srikant's just going at 3 and over from his 3 overs. And Nand 5.33 also from 3. Sahil the most expensive at 8.67. And he also picked up a wicket.
So Jahanzeb, not sure if he's bowled an over in Estonia yet. Played.
Yeah, he did bowl last time the United played against Strikers. He got none for 23 off 2 overs.
Another one of their new acquisitions that played the indoor season starting in October last year. Just played around his pads there for a single.
So based off those figures from when Jahanzeb bowled against Strikers, I would say he needs to be the bowler that they attack, although he has also best figures of 4 for 11.
Got to remember these figures include indoor, Terry.
Oh, dear.
Oh, straight at his head. And that's going to be a no ball and a free hit. And you would think a warning. So, yes, all of his wickets have come in indoor.
Okay. We'll just stick to that. None for 23 against strikers.
This is his second outdoor game in Estonia. Played down the ground by Tanvir for 1. So gets away with the free hit. But he's going to want to not bowl any more of those full tosses or he'll be taken out of the attack. Ooh,
oh, that's a nice ball.
Not full enough to play that shot.
Andrew's still practicing the crossed that shot that he should
100
not have
times,
been
he'd
playing.
never hit it.
Yeah.
Ball needs to be a fair bit fuller if he wants to act like it's a half volley.
Full again on the body.
Gets away with it. Straight to the fielder. So not super impressed with his control, Jahan Zeb. Couple of pretty loose ones in this over already.
There's another one.
Oh. What the hell happened there? How did it miss the stumps?
That was a very odd delivery.
Loopy, slower ball, I think.
Yeah, but it out of the hand, it didn't seem that slow. So
It was like it stopped halfway down the pitch and just suddenly lost all of its momentum.
It seemed like it got to the batter at the same quickness. Oh, he's chipped this over the keeper.
Yash is off after it. He
Yash
will get it just before the boundary.
Heads off towards Siberia. As Stu Hook said in the first innings, you don't get boundaries down that end of the field these days.
They ran 3.
A third 3 of this Riders' innings.
So they are halfway to the required score in 13 overs.
3 threes. That means a second Pickles reference for this innings, Dave.
Oh, that in the universe, boss.
You've lost me there.
Chris Gale. That's his number, 333.
Oh, yeah.
Because he scored 333.
Yeah. I was...
Only aware of that because I ordered him a shirt this
I was
week.
trying to think of a connection between Chris Gale and Pickles.
Oh, Chris Gale and Pickles.
That's why I was lost. I was like, what the hell? I didn't know he was known for a love of pickles or something like that.
I'm happy to ask him when he plays for the Hippos in Montenegro in a couple of months' time. I'd put money on him not knowing what 3-3's pickles are.
Yeah.
As Chandru gets... No, it was Tanvir. Gets a couple.
The required run rate has hit 10.
Ash is going to bowl himself out here. Ooh.
That's a nice delivery.
So no Romeo this week for United. It was a big wicket taker last match for them.
That brought up 2 overs worth of dots for Ash. This one's chipped over the infield. There is a man protecting on the offside. He's able to restrict them to 1.
So in fact, Murali got 3 wickets and Romeo got 3 wickets in the last game, and neither of them playing today. So,
well, that's just allowed Srikant to step up and take 3.
Shows they've got a bit of depth in their bowling lineup, United. Oh, I feel like there was a bit of fake fielding there, Terry, as the fielder misfielded and the one behind him pretended to throw it in. Not sure the umpires picked it up.
What the hell was the fielder doing there?
He really wanted to get Chandra on strike, Terry.
He's literally got the ball coming straight at him. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to get out of the way of this."
Yeah, even the women don't do that anymore.
Well, most of them.
The last ball for Ash.
Oh, goes the sweep. Big appeal is given.
Looked out.
Ash gets a wicket with his last delivery. Just rewards for the excellent tight bowling he's produced here for United.
But will taking the wicket of Chandru prove to be their demise?
Well, I think if they got rid of him 5 overs ago, it would have been problematic. Now it doesn't make no effect at all. So,
6
Ash.
overs left, 65 needed. And Ash, what did he get?
He finished with 1 for 15 from his 4 overs. 13 dot balls he bowled. That's a fantastic effort
for him.
Yeah.
Finally, we've got Kush.
Oh.
If there's one player left in the Riders team that can do 10 and over, it's Kush. So game on, I say. No idea why it's taken so long to get out here.
And the way that cricket commentary works is that, with Dave saying what he's just said, Kush is going to get out for a gold duck.
Sorry, Kush. Big fan. So it will be number 53.
And your mention of Romeo produces a comment from Romeo in the chat saying it looks good for United at this moment. Very good 3 overs by Srikant and great overs by Ashish. Great 4 overs from Ashish now, Romeo.
I knew he'd be watching.
Romeo's always watching.
It's a bit creepy, really. So Jahanzeb's continuing.
And Kush, the new batter, is now on strike. The left-hander. It's the other big thing that if he'd come out earlier for Riders, he would have constantly been disrupting the field and the bowlers. And he's pushed this one backward of point, gets a single, so the golden duck's gone. You don't have to wear any responsibility for that.
I wouldn't have anyway, Terry.
I know.
Romeo, he's sucking up to his captain in the chat. Wonderful spell by Ash, well done. Might get you up the order next time, Romeo, as that one misses everything, I think. Yep, a bye.
Mm-hmm.
So I think United just doing enough today.
Kush pulls this one away.
And in his beanie, just picks it up. So, yeah, nothing super impressive with the bat from United, but just did enough to get a competitive score on the board. And the bowlers have done the job. And I don't think they've dropped any catches either, Terry.
Full.
Is there anyone out there?
There is a fielder. He's racing, but he's not going to get there. That is a 4.
So full toss, probably not the best idea.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of full tosses from Jahanzeb today. He's going to have to work on that. He's already given 1 no ball away. Jahanzeb into Tanvir. Tanvir lofts this one towards cow corner. Fielder comes racing in, Rana-esque style. Just picking it up on the one bounce and then getting the throw in nice and quick. 9 runs from the over. Much better over for the Riders, but is it too little too late? But if they can start to string together some overs of 9 plus, perhaps they could get themselves back into it. Romeo letting us know why he's watching the Eesti Premium Liiga rather than the IPL. And this, again, has gone between batter and stumps. Tanvir getting these balls on his body, and he moves away from them, trying to give himself more room, and really just needs to play it off his body.
Well, Romeo, you may not know any current IPL players, but there's a man in commentary in the IPL that knows you quite well. As that squirted over the top.
It's going to make the boundary.
And 4 runs. Fielder Srikant can't cut it off.
Well, riders need boundaries any way they can get them, so that's a great way to start off this over. And has been very, very tight so far in this game. This is his 4th over. Oh, and there's again goes between batter and stumps.
If he just took a step to the offside instead of leg side and powdered it round the corner.
Yeah, there is a fielder backward square leg on the boundary for that. But he could also just step forward and drive the bloody thing.
It's not the Estonian way, Terry. Straight
Chips.
in the air. Yash, he's got another one.
Yeah.
Yash takes 2. And a great take there. Started swinging away from him late, but he got his hands to it and took the catch. And Nand picks up Tanvir.
Yeah. Tanvir, the one holdout for the Riders in this innings, departs. .23 from 20. Just the 2 4s in amongst that. And
looks like Rocket. No, Eshanur. I'm sure that's Rocket.
It's the lack of boundaries has been...
Definitely Ronnie. Scorers, sort yourselves out. That is definitely Ronnie coming out to bat.
Yeah, you can see that from here, as he's not wearing a helmet.
Well, he won't die wondering. Ronnie will swing at everything. It'll either go very well or very badly. Either way, it'll be quick. Yep. Looks like the scorers have worked out. They've made a mistake. There is Ronnie.
And into Ronnie.
Inside edge. I'll get through for a single. He has been struggling with the bat, Ronnie. He had a bit of a chat with me this morning about it. Nice to see that he's looking to improve. And hopefully get a few more runs for his team.
Fielder moving into a fly slip position because he didn't really seem to know where he was supposed to go, so he just decided to stop there.
Swing and a miss from Kush. So, end of the 16th over, 89 for 6. 51 still needed off 4 overs. 12.75 run rate required.
Kush really needs to get some more strike, get some opportunities to score some runs.
Needs to get bat on ball as well. Jahanzeb, not sure I'd be continuing with Jahanzeb, to be honest. A couple of full tosses every over are a bit concerning.
Yeah, he has gotten away with them, though. The Riders' batters haven't really been able to dispatch the full tosses. Only 1-4 being hit off his bowling, but let's see if Ronnie and Kush can change that situation.
Another full one. Just hits the pad and they come through for a leg bye. Or has he given it his runs? Doesn't seem to be indicating leg. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I thought he'd first indicated no ball.
Just a leg bye.
As just after the ball hit the body, he stuck his right arm out. I was wondering what the hell's that
Bush
for.
walking at the bowler there. And top edge
almost
before Yash.
Almost giving a third catch to Yash.
That's the second one that's bounced just in front of him. Could have had 4, Terry. So, some good balls from Jahanzeb. Just interspersed with the full tosses, unfortunately. Ronnie back on strike.
Oh, that's smashed. That's gone.
Going a long way. In
One
the
bounce.
gap between two fielders. Couldn't stop it. Good shot from Ronnie.
Very good. See, imagine if they have had that in the power play.
I'm trying to, Terry. It'll never happen.
That's all you need.
Maybe if Runner goes on holidays. Oh, another full one. And he hasn't got a hold of it. But could they come back for 2? Kush is running hard. Good running in the end. Ronnie lost his hat. And they get back for 2.
Building up to be a good over for the Riders here. They still need to go a bit further with it if it's going to really help them.
Well, they've got 8 or 4. They still need 13 and over, so we still need another 5. Ronnie goes hard at this one, but probably just be the one. Yep.
Needed to get that a fair bit straighter.
So still need another 4 off this ball if they're to even stay with the required run rate. Another full toss. Kush has got onto it, but the fielder's coming round and one bounce. And he collects it and they come through for the single. So Jahanzeb's got away with a lot of full tosses today.
Indeed. Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's been economical, but he's done enough.
Known for 24 from 3. Going at 8 and over. It's been the second most expensive, but that's really just Sahil had that one expensive over that really distorts his figures.
Speaking of Sahil, he's coming back on.
And he's changing ends. Now going to come on from the Stockholm end. So he'll taking his time to set the field.
Oh, another one. Just missing that leg stump. I think there was an over in the first innings where a new bowler came on and they moved every single fielder.
So Hill strays down leg side.
And again, it's better. Up in the air and dropped.
Yash has dropped one.
No,
it's not Yash. It's the other number 2.
Don't take his name out of your mouth, Terry. No, Yash should never drop that.
Apologies, Yash. Yeah, Yash is... The 2 number 2s are opposite each other on the field, in actual fact. I just saw the 2 and forgot that there was 2 2s.
It was a very, very easy catch that he's managed to put down there. Oh, Ronnie, he's underneath it. It's over Nan's head. He's running back, but he's not going to get there.
And it's not going to get to the boundary either.
Yes, it was a bit of a pitching wedge from Ronnie. Didn't get all of it, but just enough to clear the man on the circle. So Hill again to Ronnie. Swings hard again, but just an inside edge into the leg side and a single to mid-wicket. As the required run rate ticks ever upwards.
The real difference between these two sides, I think, has been in the batting and the fact that United were scoring off most of the balls they faced. It didn't matter if it was just a 1 or a 2. They were still keeping it ticking over, and that's what helped it add up, whereas Ryder's just way too many dot balls. These two have corrected that a lot, but they're the 7th wicket partnership.
Yeah. So, if we missed a ball, seemed to be one short on that over.
Yeah, well, umpires make mistakes. That is going to be... I don't think in the end it's going to make a difference to the result. If it was a bit closer, riders might feel a bit aggrieved. I think one of the scorers is trying to tell the umpires.
I think they're on the radios. Just
telling them, bad luck. The umpires have told you it's over, so it's over. You've got to put into the score what the umpires tell you. Not.
Yes, Terry, but we've also told them that they may have missed a ball, so they should get the umpires to tell them.
Yes.
What the over was.
They're right to check.
Now the umpire's conferring. And I think the answer from Owen was tell him to go away. Yep, Owen doesn't seem too interested in talking to the scorers, so we will continue with the 19th over. Oh, I'm glad they didn't appeal for that one. Thought about it, but they thought better of it. And I think he's forgotten to signal it. There we go. Romeo says, last time Mr. Bretley was here in Estonia. That's true. This year Mr. Bing will be back. I'm not sure I'm allowed to reveal Mr. Lee's movements quite yet. As Ronnie...
Yeah, there's a fielder backing under it, but it's just over his head for 6. Nice shot.
Shot from Ronnie. Just got that one a bit full, Johan Zeb. And Ronnie took that all the way. So, yes... news to be coming soon, Romeo, but nothing confirmed yet.
I did say earlier that what Jahanzeb was the bowler that the Riders' batters needed to attack. It's taken till he's fourth over for one of them to actually do it, despite the number of full tosses he's given them.
To be fair, Ronnie only knows one way, and that is attack. And he's thought about another terrible appeal, but Ronnie sent Kush back. He was
I'll tell you what,
halfway down the pitch.
they would have made a run there.
Easily. Ronnie's decided he's going to hit the runs here, and Kush can stand down that other end. Yet again, the Riders squandering Kush. Can Ronnie get another big one? Full and bold. So the answer is no. Full toss finally pays off for Jahanzeb. And Ronnie is gone after a good little cameo, 17 off 11 balls. If a few of the other riders had come out and shown the same intent, maybe they would be closer to this score, but leaves them requiring 28 from the last 8 balls.
And Jahanzeb picking up that wicket now means that all 5 of the United bowlers have gotten wickets this innings.
Romeo, you're missing out.
Romeo's just letting the rest of his team share in the joys of picking up scalps.
I guess you can't do it all yourself, Romeo.
No. He's a generous fellow. He likes to share it around. You know, he gets 3 one week. Srikant gets 3 another week.
Both formerly of Tartu Cricket Club. I think Srikant's still actually loaned out from Tartu.
4 again from Jahanzeb.
Well, it worked last time. Why wouldn't he do it again?
And Syed's down.
Well, Pranay has just commented that Ashgar, the finisher, is here, and he might have finished himself off with that one.
Yeah. Ended a heap at the non-striker's end, and he's
not looking particularly comfortable.
No, I don't think he's going to be...
himself room. And Jahanzeb follows him. He's hit that down the ground, but
there's 2 fielders coming together.
And we'll definitely should have gone for 2 there. But maybe Kush wants the strike, as that is the last ball of the 19th over. So 26 needed off the last over. Hello, Simoon, also in the chat. Romeo is definitely not a generous fellow when it comes to picking wickets. Coming from a former teammate there, Terry.
That's quite surprising coming from the man who took more wickets than Romeo did. So
maybe he's saying that he could have had more, Terry.
Well, so the scorebooks say that Simoon was the one who was hogging the wickets in Tartu.
Pranay says that Syed is capable of finishing his own team. Well, that's helpful. I think they were probably finished before he came out, Pranay, so probably not the one to blame today. Looks like Srikant coming back in.
Yep, the hat-trick hero returns.
Well, 3 wickets left, Terry. Can he get a hat-trick in the last over as well?
Wouldn't that be something? two hat-tricks and a 6-fer.
And Kush will be on strike.
Srikant, 9 runs have come from his bowling. 3 of those were wides. Tells you just how much the batters at the start of the innings really struggled to score from him.
Now he's round the wicket again, Terry. Really does boggle the mind sometimes.
That looked like it probably would have been a wide, except that Kush decided to head it through square leg. Fielder in the deep was able to stop it.
24 off 5. So 4 sixes will do it, Terry.
Yeah. No big ask.
And now he's changing over the wicket. It just doesn't make any sense to me, Terry.
It's a much better ball.
There's no one there. And they get through for just a single. And there'll be an overthrow off the stumps.
Yep.
Silly throw in. It was never going to be anything on.
That, kiddies, is why you throw it to the keeper.
But he's demolished the stumps and given them another run. So 22-4. Still has to be 6 City. And Kush, to be honest, has
3 6s and 1 4.
not looked like... Well, that's still 6 City, Terry.
Yes, yeah. I wasn't saying it wasn't 6 City. Just that they don't all have to be 6.
But he hasn't quite looked like he's hitting the middle today, Kush. So I'd be surprised if the next 3 balls go for 6. Runs up the
Dances
bowler,
down and
inside edge, and it's going to be a single. So
he's danced too far there.
other than no balls and wides, this one is over. Straight to the field.
No.
And has completely misread that one.
Nan's trying to say that one, it's taken a deviation off a clump of grass.
But they've got back for 2.
Or perhaps his beanie slid down over his eyes. Wasn't able to see it.
Didn't look like it did much.
It's a bizarre sight with the... I know it's windy, but the sun's out. There's dozens of people in shorts over at the rugby field.
Oh, and gets away with that one. Big appeal, but not given. Would have been a wide, but no.
And Nand in a beanie on the cricket field.
There's always one, Terry. Wind still shaking that camera around as Srikant comes in for the last ball. Full, and he's defended.
Well, what's the point? So, United, too good. The Riders were in it at moments, and very deserving player of the match there, Srikant, for his 4 overs, 3 for 16, which was...
Literally the only person I haven't got their picture updated on Crick Heroes, and that's the one that gets to be the man of the match.
Yeah.
Serves me right.
He's the hat-trick hero of the day. Good win for United. It keeps Riders at the bottom of the table in Division 1, winless from 4 matches, whereas United have now got 2 wins and 1 loss, and they will now join Stallions and Hippos all on 4 points. And talking of the Hippos, they'll be in action here at 3:15 as they take on the Strikers. Dave won't be with us in commentary. He'll be out in the field.
Well, it depends how early I get out, Terry.
There is that. Yeah, we might get a cameo from him if he fails with the bat. But I'm sure he'll have a good day.
Very kind to say if, Terry.
So do join us again at about 3:10 as we broadcast the only other match of the day, Hippos versus Strikers. We'll see you then.